Good morning, señoros. Welcome back to Second and Island, where I'm stuck with you guys and we are always smiling. Me and Michelin are ready. Was not planned. But yeah, we are finally here in beautiful Curacao. You can see our ship is just up there, and then Carnival is somewhere over there as well. So two ships are docked up beside each other. Yeah, today our tour is going to be a walking tour, so we're going to get to see a couple of, you know, Curacao's more popular things. And you might have seen in the beginning of the video, I got what did I do? Yeah, I went to the sauna. It was amazing. Do I look younger, guys? Tell me. Like my pores got released. Oh, super amazing. Anyway,
you look smoother too.
Me look smooth. I love that. So yeah, it's a pretty windy day, but let's get on this adventure. We need to get to the bus by 12:45. I'm assuming it's like 12:42 right now. So let's book it. Let's go. This one? Oh. Alright, so to the side of us, you can see a really cool military bus. Like, what I really like put up on something like that. But because how Curacao is so hot, it is super hot here, I'm quite content with the AC. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a bunch of walking today. We're gonna try out the Blue Curacao, which, if you don't know, that is a very popular liqueur. So it'll be very fascinating to try it from the source itself. Mish, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Alright guys, welcome to Bon Bini. We're at the Curacao Liquor Distillery. Quick little story. So the whole idea of it is, I believe it's some Valencia oranges that they wasn't really growing here. There was a whole refuse on it, and then somehow they put some brain power together and just made this liqueur, you know, just through experimentation. If I remember correctly, I'm not really a big fan of Blue Curacao because it has a really bitter taste, but it does add a bunch of flavor to a lot of cocktails that I haven't had as yet. So yeah, definitely something that a lot of people out there do enjoy.
First one on the table is orange flavor pudding in the red color.
Alright, so the first one, what is this?
The first one is the orange flavor. Today we have it in the red color because we can get it in more colors, for example the blue or the orange color. The second one is tamarind, which is the local fruit, and the last one is chocolate.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. You like that one? Yeah.
The second one was a tamarind?
Tamarind.
Tamarind?
Yeah.
Let me try.
Okay.
I didn't try the tamarind.
And this one is what, coffee?
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah. These are my two.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Imagine on top of vanilla ice cream or in coffee with a frozen cappuccino.
That was good. Wow. So the very first one, it blew my head off. Never quite liked the first one, but the tamarind was a little bit better. But when it came to the coffee one was definitely amazing. It was really good. Sorry, chocolate, my bad. However, again, flavors are, you know, based on a person, but for me, I've always liked chocolate, so that's probably why. But he's going to sneak us like two different flavors. We're getting rum and raisin and what else? And coffee. So we're going to try those and see how good they are. So we're just sneaking off really quick. Don't tell anyone. Okay. All right.
This is the rum raisin.
Rum and raisin. Cheers. Let's see our wine. Let's see. Quite good.
So, for example, if you guys see from the clear to the green, all five taste exactly the same. The orange flavor.
Yeah,
And
this one is a 40%. What flavor is it?
It's orange flavor.
Orange.
I like this one better than the first one,
But don't shot it. Just sip.
no. And this is like a limited edition because in the entire store they have only a few.
You get the orange in this one more.
Yes.
The flavor,
this
yeah.
one.
Because
So we're in their store and I'm getting one of these. I was considering getting one of the bigger bottles, but really I'm not really a fan of liquor like that, and I don't know who really drinks that much liquor. But I was thinking of getting one for my liquor cabinet, so maybe I'll go for the chocolate, of course. The chocolate for me is the best one. So, funny story, guys. Michelle is frost off of samplers. Like, make it make sense. But it was amazing because we got to try exclusive flavors, and I kid you not, the very, very exclusive one tastes very much like orange. Amazing.
Yes, he's handsome.
Alright guys, so then basically carry go on bush doctor. I like
Hey,
it.
listen,
That-
when she told me, sir, when she said you can have herbs for the skin steep for arthritis, I said, yeah man,
Yeah, man,
mother,
mother.
carry go, mother.
Facts. So one of the bush herbs that we do have here, like we have back in Jamaica, is part of the cacti family, which is the tuna. Yeah, it's kind of good to see that there are a lot of flora fauna here that are very similar to what we have back at home. But yeah. And from Michelle got here, she's only interested in what the fruit trees
Yes,
are.
I am. So this is a cherry tree. The green door, young.
So if you guys had checked out the last video, we were out in Bonaire, where there's like not many people. The population is very small. Here it's also just as small. There's like 160 to 165,000 people. So when it comes down to doctors, the bush doctors are definitely taking a bunch of precedence for very justifiable reasons. In Bonaire, they only had like 22,000 persons, so they only had a doctor that came in once per month. So again, bush doctors or home remedies were very important. Very much the same in Jamaica, but Jamaica has a bigger population. We're somewhere around 3 million continuing. Because when I grew up in Jamaica where bush remedy was big, what bush remedy stand out to you the most, like the most effective in your time taking it?
In my time, busy tea.
And that
like
worked for what?
if you had fever, and they said if you can clean out your blood and stuff like that. So like summertime, after summertime finish, we used to get busy tea from grandma.
So right now she's squeezing the oil into the hardest people's ears to make sure that everything good. Like I take one of your ears? No. Your ears are hard? Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yes. Oregano. Don't forget to put the oregano behind it. Oregano because
Oregano?
yes, my sweet.
It's just fabulous.
Spanish. Yes.
Fabulous.
Oh, you have my color.
This one feels like French thyme, which is also from the oregano family.
He said if you have an earache, you squeeze this oil in your ears. I don't have an earache right now, so. See?
Alright, so I get up tree.
Yeah, look at it. Like a guinea tree, bro.
Hey, I never see a fruit to tell like Michelle later in my life, but her place is very nice, very, very nice. A lot of herbs, fruits, and stuff like that.
Long time singer sewing machine. I remember those pale pants on bases as a kid. And the sewing machine.
So she has like a 60-foot well in her backyard. Like, it's super high. You know. Where's remember that granny yard?
Yes. When you go inside, it's like a whole house, like a studio.
Wow. Everything in a one little place.
The school,
Everything in there. Wow. Fascinated to see how similar the cultures are to I was back home in Jamaica because you know, these are stuff that, you know, our grandmothers had, or, you know, those little dilapidated, you know, wooden homes. I mean, back then they were in tip-top shape, but, you know, after passing the hands of time, you know, but still it's funny that they still can, you know, withstand all that even after all those years. So I was today years old when I realized what a kiwi tree looked like. Wow. Yeah, so most of the stuff they have in the store here is similar to what we have. Moringa.
Vitality and morning herb.
Again.
Moringa, vitality and the immune system.
So the rain is starting to pour. I'm glad it didn't happen while we were on tour. We are now going to get...
Alright, so we are back on board the ship, and the nicest thing about today is that we need to be back on board by 7:30 p.m. Yesterday it was 5:30 p.m. So judging by the time now, we have 3 hours and 10 minutes to just do some exploration. But before that, we're just filling up with some food, and then we'll head back out there in Curacao and see some, you know, some stuff on our own time. Alright, so one of the first things that we noticed being out in Curacao is that there are a bunch of different colors on the buildings. Somewhat as a Jamaican, I feel a little bit envious because it just makes the place look really bright and vibrant. But on today's tour, we learned a really funny story that yes, previously the buildings were all white, but the governor at that time mentioned that, hey, yeah, you know, bright buildings with the sun, it causes an extreme amount of glare, which can lead to over time blindness or just discomfort and migraines. So he went and made it outlawed that you cannot have your house in white. Hence we have all these buildings in these colors. Anyway, at the time of his death, they later found out that he was the only owner to the only paint store on the island. Smart man. Go figure. I'm not gonna lie, seeing all of these colors around me, it's really amazing, even though I'm walking and make it on the road. So alright, so we just got to Starbucks, really here for the free Wi-Fi. So I'm at the moment drinking this Starbucks coffee now. Before I came in the store, I was just like, yo, Jano, like why is it that as Caribbean countries we don't necessarily have our own, you know what I'm saying, like our own coffee shops that are so, you know, well branded. And then we noticed something that some people don't know, but I'm gonna share it with you guys. So they asked me what name I wanted to put on the cup, and I said Soai. S-O-A-I. See? Michelle put the same thing on her cup. Really and truly I wanted her to put her own name, but she went to put Soai. The reason I wanted to put her own name is because strategically it is said that Starbucks always misspells your name, because what happens is you're going to go on your social media and you're going to make a whole laugh about it and go, oh, look what Starbucks did, they misspelled my name, ha 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 ha, and then it's what you call free promotion. So without them having to like put it out there or whatever, you automatically promote them by just showing the misspelling of your name, and then everyone wants to go to Starbucks to get their name also misspelled. I know that I and Y kind of sound similar, but I've always had that experience. If you had the experience of your name being misspelled at Starbucks, drop it in the comments and let me know. But anyway, it is October, so I'm having the special pumpkin spice, which for me is one of my favorites. So because my cousin is what we call in Jamaica Freddy, she afraid the ship left we.
Yes.
We are cutting our little time a bit short. Yeah, me not afraid if the ship left me. Me not afraid if a ship leave me. Yeah, me, I love it here.
Here, I'm not staying here.
Alright, so after being in Curacao for a while, what did we notice? definitely one of those Dutch islands, very much Dutch influenced. The buildings definitely show that, but there's a Caribbean colors, and like we said about that whole funny story. And the people, it's very similar to Jamaica with the out of many one people. However, in Jamaica you see a lot more, you know, black people like myself. Here we're definitely seeing a lot more Dutch. My cousin Michelle did mention that the people here are super tall, and that might be from the Dutch influence, no clue. But overall, it is a very fascinating Caribbean island, completely different than what I had expected in terms of, you know, it being for some strange reason it doesn't really feel very Caribbean. It really doesn't feel very Caribbean. When I think about a Caribbean island, apart from the colors which you have spot on, I'm just thinking about, you know, mostly black people, which is kind of weird. And that, you know, is heavily due to the fact that a lot of black people came to the Caribbean through slavery. Here, comparing it to Bonaire, it seems pretty much the same. Facts. So, like my cousin said, there's a lot that you see going on here in Curacao. I know I might seem very ignorant saying that, but that's the whole beauty of traveling. When you go out there and you see different things, you realize that it's not quite exactly what you thought it would be. Reading Caribbean books, I would never have thought that I'd been seeing a lot more Dutch looking people here, but it is what it is. Did I enjoy Curacao? I thoroughly did. I think Curacao has a lot to offer, and I cannot wait to finally come back here on a whole different trip where I can see a little bit more. And hey, it might just be the neighborhood that we are in, that those are the type of people that I saw. Anyhow, still a vibe. Went into the ship because, like me said, my cousin Freddy, I should free the ship left way. Let's go. Alright, so we are back on the ship. If you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you might notice that most of the times the videos are a little bit naive, because as a traveler I don't pretend as if I know every and anything. If I do know something, I'll definitely clue you guys in on it. Now, whilst being on a cruise, it's a lot different to the trips that I usually am accustomed to taking. For me, whenever I travel anywhere, I like to have at least a week, preferably to have that time to kind of settle in, get accustomed to the people, you know, the climate, everything like that, and then I can delve into the content. Now, like I mentioned before, cruises are really good if you want to nail a lot of countries really quickly, because in a short space of time I've been to 2 countries already, and tomorrow will be the 3rd. However, with cruises, I can tell you this from having this experience: taking excursions, more often than not, you're not going to get the full-on experience to what you want. Now, our trip was booked a little bit last minute, so some of the excursions that might have interested us some more were already out booked. But in a nutshell, for me, I think if I take cruises again, if there isn't anything that I find super interesting, I would prefer to just get a charter taxi and just venture probably somewhere around an hour away from port, and it would give me the time to leave earlier. Because our excursions were booked last minute, most of the slots were left back down into the afternoon, which gave us a lot less time on the island. Now, another reason why I would probably stay away from doing excursions: in this particular excursion that we took today, the rain fell somewhere around the ending part, and that can throw off your entire trip, especially when it's booked only for a 4-hour slot, as opposed to you starting your day early and having more time to do stuff. Now, there were some things that really intrigued me. For example, the murals in Curacao, they were very beautiful, and if you're someone who is into Instagram, you're going to definitely want to stop by these murals, and you're going to take somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes just to get the perfect shot. Of course, when you're on excursion, you are not going to be allowed that time, because you're basically in a bus just passing by, and you stop, you take some quick photos, and that's basically it. But again, it all depends on the type of traveler that you are. For me, I think it works a lot better to just go around into the town, probably get a chartered taxi and see a lot more. Of course, some of the excursions that really piqued my interest would have been more like the sunset cruises or something on a catamaran, because I think the excursions are going to give you a better rate. It's going to be a lot cheaper, and I think the excursions would be a lot easier set up through the cruise if you're going that route. But separate and apart, I thought that today was amazing. I got some really valuable information on the excursion that I took. And I think the most important part, I saw a lot of cultural similarities, especially with the uses of the herbs that was pointed out to us on our trip. Anyhow, tomorrow we are going to Aruba, which really is a country that I really wanted to go to, because Kurt's sister Tracy did mention that the beaches in Aruba are super beautiful, so I cannot wait to go there. If you were to ask me really quick, which one do I prefer, Bonaire or Curacao? Honestly, because Soai, stuck on an island, is more very laid back, I think I would go to Bonaire because they have a lot more of the, how can I say, scuba diving, and that's something that I want to learn in the future. But Curacao seems to be a lot more developed, and it seems like it's going to have more nightlife, as Bonaire does not. Mish, what did I say?
Yeah, I find the place, the whole environment is very quiet. I hardly hear a horn toot or something, but if you like the quietness and all that stuff, I kind of like Bonaire. It kind of piques my interest a little bit. I don't know why, but Curacao, yeah, you could see. And then Bonaire has, to me, has so much potential in terms of development, and they are very specific though as to what they allowed on their island, which is good.
All right, I think that was a feast of information on our experience here, so I'll catch you guys on the next video. Remember these 3 things: love, nature, and adaptation, and always remember to keep the link.
The link.